I think the problem is too, a lot of us, they say this a lot about millennials, but that we're babied and that, we're a lot of stuff is handed to us and people have to like hold our hand. Do you think that for like for us as young people, they need almost like that rubric? Because, and would you say that's needed in film school or in like the field that you're in? Because it seems like, it's like you said, when things don't happen to go your way, you start to self-doubt yourself. So would you say that type of almost like, because you talked about you came from a traditional family where, you kind of like were to yourself and there was strictness. You feel me? So do you think that that's needed in the world?
So is having that discipline from...
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. like I said, if you don't want to work for people, if you don't want to work for anyone, you need to have it. Because if you have a job that has that structure where maybe you're like a PA and you get coffee for the director every morning, they tell you when to get up. They tell you what time you need to be there. They tell you what you need to do. You have that structure. Some people work like that, but those are the kind of people that they're going to have to work for people for the rest of their lives. When you're, like I said, independent, you got to get your shit up. You got to get up on your own. You don't have people telling you what to do. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have that discipline. And a lot of people I went to school with, I don't want to say they didn't have the discipline. I feel like they just didn't really care, but you got to have it. You got to have it. Because, like I said, depending on what you want to do, if you want to be with Martin Scorsese, do you want to like do your own stuff? You gotta get the ball rolling on your own. Because no one cares. No one's like, hey man, I want you to be the best director in the world. Let me help you out and get you up in the morning and help you shoot your films. And no one's gonna do that. Then let me rent the equipment for you, man. Let me get this. Let me get that. No, you got to do that shit on your own. You got to get the equipment. You got to round up all the people. You got to message everybody. You coming, right? You still coming, right? To the shoot. You know how many times I had to be on people's asses about, okay, you come to the shoot, right? You coming? You coming? You coming? Okay,
that's crazy. Yeah, well,
because you never know if they're gonna show up or not. And so it's so crazy because I don't want to say like I'm resentful towards people that aren't like that, because it's just like, and then they are like, how come it didn't work out? How come she didn't offer me? How come? Because you didn't put in the work. You gotta do.
That's gotta be annoying, right?
Yeah. Oh, they from the rooftops, bro. People want to be up here. Okay? They want to be at the very, very top, right? But the amount of work that they're putting in is like right here. It doesn't make any sense. You gotta, build up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta
exactly.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just out here.
No, people don't want to work in, bro. I mean, you said it clearly. That's the problem. People just don't want to put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's move on to
right. And don't get me wrong, dude. Like there was points where I was like, man, I don't know if I can get this done. I don't know if I don't know if I should still do this film stuff. But there's a point where you just gotta beat past that, man. You have to.
Absolutely. But I was gonna ask you, Jared. I was gonna say, you've actually been to many countries and states. We saw it as we said in the intro. So, which would you say is your favorite city or state to actually shoot and catch your imagery?
New York.
Hey.
Oh, y'all got so much shit going on over there, bro.
Yeah,
you have too much shit going on over there. It's so hard not to shoot New York. Easy one.
Is it because of the architecture or like the way people maneuver themselves in the culture?
The lights. I love the lights.
Nice. Okay.
Lights look so fucking good, especially at night. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, no, lights is.
Yeah, I've seen it. Right, I've seen a couple of your videos on your page, and that actually stood out to me. You do capture a lot of like lights, like the brightness downtown.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
I love like really bright colors with like dark shadows around it, I guess you could say, to make them stand out. But other than that, the lights for sure.
All right, man, perfect. So we've seen that you shot short films and music videos. Which ones out of both of those, which ones would you say are the hardest ones to produce?
Short films. For sure. Short films are just like beyond hard, which is why it's so funny that you brought this up, because I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. When you're independent, I go back to saying independent a lot. Independent, you're broke, you don't have a lot of money. I would love to do a lot more short films, but they're so hard and they're so taxing that, the level that I'm at right now, but it would just be very, very hard. You know what I'm saying? The amount of, energy to make a short film is astronomical if you want it to be good.
Right.
And I have a lot of taste, so I want it to be good. And, in the meantime, before I get to that point where I could do multiple short films at a time, I've been doing music videos for like my friends. I've been doing music videos for this record label that I work with. And what's it called? Everything that involves music videos, it's a good way to make connections. It's a good way to meet people. It's a good way to put yourself out there, because once you make a music video and it comes out good, people will share it. If it looks good, people will share it. So, that's how I get a lot of people that hit me up like, "Oh, Jared, I like your videos. Your videos are so cool, blah, blah, blah." Like, they really appreciate it.
Right.
And once I start putting my own stuff, which is part of the reason why I do a lot of music videos right now, because it's just a good way to practice. Like I said before, it's a good way to practice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think short films are a lot harder for sure. 100%.
We actually recently sat down with another cinematographer and an upcoming rising music video director. My boy JL shot that. He actually I'm not sure if you're in tune with the music scene going on over here in York, but artists like Pop Smoke, Lil TJ, Fabio Foreign. Yeah, he's actually their personal director, and he shot a couple of their videos like Dior and Big Drip. And he actually recently he talked to us and he walked us through the latest music video that Little TJ shot. And he talked about how that whole day was a 12-hour shoot. And he talked about the difficulty of going from setting to setting and how hard that was. And being that was like that was just a music video, but it kind of relates to what you said. So I was going to ask you, not just for artists, but also as a director yourself, the visualization coming to life. We'll say is the longest or the toughest shoot you've ever had to you've ever encountered for someone.
I'd say the Viking short film that we did.
Okay.
Have y'all seen that one? Have you?
I haven't gotten the chance.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah,
that's probably like one of the best. That's probably like one of the ever made so far, and only because I say it's the hardest because there was the structure of it was just so. It was so taxing, like even down to the editing and down to getting people to show up was just astronomically hard. And I think when you have a story to tell in a video, just having the brain power and going out to shoot, people are like, "All right, Jared, what's next?" That's just the stories themselves are just because you want it to make sense. You want the story to make sense. And if the story doesn't make sense and the video is not going to give like a little plot hole, like how this did happen, how come you didn't do this? It's in the video itself not as good. When you shoot there's no story, it's just a lot easier to get done because you just, all right, let's go out and shoot. Let's do this with that. But with stories, it kind of puts you like, it constrains you a bit because you have to get certain shots. You got to do certain things. People have to do certain music videos. It's kind of like, all right, we vibing out of like a certain concept for it. Okay, maybe he'll like upset and he's in the corner and he's crying or some shit. You know, like that goes to like having a story and making things make sense. It's too different. Like, you know, I'm actually curious what video you were talking about on that he shot. If you could send that to me after, that'd be tight.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's actually Well, it's one of the biggest songs going on right now, but it's Zoo York by Lil TJ.
I don't think I heard that one. No.
Yeah,
I'll check it out then.
It's really good.
Yeah, now that the whole story of him like telling us whole background story on like what went to shooting it was like 12-hour shoot. It was in multiple places in the city. People were late. Cops showed up. Like they shut down a whole highway. Like it was a lot. So it's not just like like it's not as simple as like showing with a camera and just telling people, okay, do A, B, and C and just shoot. It's never that easy. I don't think a lot of people really understand like that this whole cinematography game isn't glamorous when you're doing it. It looks glamorous and you put like a lot of hours and effort into making it.
That shit looks tight. It shit looks cool.
Yeah, it looks nice and everything, but like in the process of everything, it's just like it's not nice and it's not cool at all.
And here's the thing: people don't see the work behind the videos. They just see the final product. Like they don't know how much time went in. They don't know that everybody on set almost killed each other. Like I don't know what it is about being on set, but there's such an underlying feeling of animosity you have towards everybody that's there when you're tired and when you're hungry and you can't leave.
Yeah.
You feel trapped and people start to go crazy. Like, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Yeah. I personally, I've gotten better at like, handling those situations, but people that are new to it and people that haven't done it before and people that, they want to do it and they try it out and they fucking hate it. Like, I get it, man. Like, it's just not easy.
No, it's not for everybody, honestly.
The funniest thing about it, relating to what you said, bro, was when he was explaining the story to me and Mateo, he had said, if you hear him, he talked about like when it's director mode, he gets into another gear. Like there's times when he has to like raise his voice and he has to tell people, let's go, because if people won't be in place, or he's got to be like that leader because, for example, he told us, he didn't have to, but the reason that the shoot was so long, 12 hours, he had a favor to Lil TJ because Columbia Records, who TJ signed under, he was doing it for them. He had a deadline, and they didn't think they were going to make the deadline. They thought that they were going to have to wait till like another day, or at least till next week. And it just so happened that same Friday, 6ix9ine was dropping his video. So it was a lot of stuff going on, but it just goes to show there's a lot of stuff that
100%. And like, I don't blame him because, you never really know until you're in the seat. You know what I mean? Like I used to swim a lot in high school.
I remember
and, you remember,
Yes.
And one day the swim coach was like, hey, does anybody want to dive for the guys diving team? And I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Like, fuck it. Like, that shit seems easy. Bro, that's got to be the hardest shit. Like diving is no fucking joke. So I get what you're saying. Like people don't really know until they're actually in the shoes.
Yeah.
But that's just like a cross people have to bear that do make content and do make, things. Like people will never know how much time and how much effort is put in. But, at the end of the day, if it's dope, it's dope,
Yep, absolutely. Tell me real quick though, how did it feel being featured on Voyage LA magazine?
That shit was tight. That was like the first time I think my parents took me serious with this whole film stuff. Because like, it was my face on something.
Yeah.
And it might not be a big deal to some people, but I thought it was cool.
That's a huge deal.
It was tight.
So how'd you even get the news? Like did they like let you know ahead of time, like, hey, we want to feature you, or did they feature you before even knowing? Like how does that type of stuff work?
I think it was an email because I had a friend that got on it, and I think he might have said something to them, and they sent me an email. I was like, yeah, fuck it, yeah, I'll do it, shit. And what's it called? We went out and took photos and everything to send in and everything. I was feeling myself. I'm not gonna lie. I felt cool.
That's amazing.
Kind of peep that you film and you work a lot with your own production crew, and as a collective, you guys create what seems to be like a tight net, kind of like family atmosphere or tight net group. But who are some other artists or like models or people that you'd like to film with in the future?
In terms of like famous people, or
I mean, yeah, you can say that, or just notable figures,
or people that you look up to, people you like, you look up to, like have a business, like professional relationship with.
See, I've always had trouble with this, and I think that's why I am where I am now. But I've always had a problem trying to see who inspires me, because there's not a lot of people that do, I guess. Because like I said, I never really grew up with, television as much as people did, and I never started listening to music until I got to college.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, it was just like I knew what music, I knew what about music and stuff, like
Yeah.
they play shit on the radio, but
Right.
I remember the first time I heard Chance the Rapper, I was like a freshman in college. I was like, oh, this is tight. What is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think who inspires me? See, I I can't even. I'm still trying to figure out what the answer is, man. Like, because I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't, you know. I guess, can I say my mom? My mom.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, that's
Whatever,
perfect.
honestly, it's up to you. Yeah. No, it's cool because it definitely seems like you're more focused on watching your own stuff than watching other
yeah.
people's stuff.
That's what
That
I'm
makes
saying. Like,
sense.
I think I got lucky in the aspect of, like, I was so sheltered that I had no outside influencing me. So I'm always just worried about what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never worried about what other people got going on. I'm not really worried about, like, you know, oh, what is homeboy doing?
Yeah, I got
The
you.
outside world, right.
Exactly, because I got too much shit going on here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, how much should I have to edit? Like,
You know, the shit,
Right,
the
right, right,
editing
right,
is
right.
I
crazy
don't have time
process.
to worry about, what Jim and Fred have going on.
Jim and Fred have going on. Hey, but let me ask you real
Nah,
quick. How was it like for you filming the song "Bestie" by Stir Fry Boys?
It was cool. It was funny because me and my homeboy, we were shooting a BTS for this one record label that day, and I shot, like, that day we were literally shooting the entire from like 8 to 8, I think.
Okay.
And the first half of the morning, I went to the BTS shoot, and I was shooting all kinds of stuff for this one guy. Do you know who Loner is?
I do not.
I do not know. Yeah.
He kind of, I think he's from the East Coast, but he's mad cool, whatever. We were shooting some stuff for him, and me and my homeboy, we had switched that day, and we went to we had to, yeah, we switched, and he had to go pick up the equipment, and he ended up finishing off the BTS gig, and then I had to go finish the music video. And now that one was cool. It was kind of a vibe because, like, the way we shoot, it's just very laid back. Like, people that do films, they're very like, all right, we need to get this, this, all that. Like, I'm kind of like that to an extent. So I'll be very on top of my shit, but because I'm on top of my shit, I can kind of, like, chill, like,
Right,
we
of
out here.
course.
It's fun. Like, we having a good time. Like, and we started off in some park, and then we finished off in this sort of like Airbnb type area. And now that shit was a vibe. It was cool. We was just chilling. After somebody brought drinks, we got drunk. Like,
That's awesome.
like it's nothing but fun, which is the only reason why, like, I really do the film stuff, because, like, before anything, I got to be having a good time.
Exactly. You gotta enjoy what you're doing.
I
It can't just all
cannot be
about it.
having a good
Can't.
time.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
You know what I'm
impossible.
saying? And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I even started doing it, because I'm like, this is tight, and it can further my career. Okay,
Yeah, but
I'll see what's up with it.
thing. All right, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, are you looking into doing more music videos or more short films? Like, what's kind of like the plan for you? Like, do you want to do like one over the other more, or kind of like specialize in one?
Short films,
Short film, got you.
for sure.
Like you mentioned, short
So,
films
like I
often like
said,
involve like a budget and stuff like that.
music. Yeah, so for short films, I want to have, because just like my eye has just been, it's been elevated a bit in terms of, watching, because now I'm trying to take in more people's stuff, and I'm trying to watch more movies. I'm trying to, become more of a an admirer, because I feel like you have to have a balance. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too much of an admirer, and you can't be too much of a contributor. So I'm trying to find, like, that fine line. And I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Netflix, and and Hulu. It just looks tight, man. And I'm like, if I had like a nice camera, and if I had this and I had that, so I kind of just want to wait before I invest in, you know, making like the next big short film, because I am working on a short film right now.
Perfect.
But after that, I wanna make something like big.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So I think yeah. So I definitely want to do more short films. My plan is like you want to know the final goal?
Yeah. Well, what's the master plan? Like, what do you want
The
to do?
master plan is to make a fucking movie, low budget, $4.5 to $10 million, very low budget for a movie.
Yeah.
Have it be like one of the craziest stories y'all ever heard. Yep. It's gonna be on Netflix, Hulu. Everyone gonna try to buy it. It's gonna sell out. If it does get to the box office, you know, fucking try to make 90 to 110% more, maybe 110 million out of it. That's a hell of an investment. After that, I'm gonna be chilling.
Perfect.
That's the goal.